Hey everybody, welcome back to the T26 channel. I know it's been a minute, but we have got some really great videos for you coming up, and we're going to start today by talking about 5 US men's national team players that we want to track very closely over the next half of the season and who we're most excited to watch develop and play. I'm basing who I want to follow in the second half of the season on the following criteria. It can be related to their current club form, their current club minutes, how their injury histories played out over the last 6 to 8 months, as well as potential transfers that can happen in the January window and how that can influence their playtime in their club, which would then influence their playtime with the US men's national team. The first name that we're going to talk about here should come as a surprise to no one, and that is Giovanni Reyna. Gio Reyna is finally healthy again. He's finally playing a little bit for his club, and we can see that the quality is always there. He has to shake off a little bit of rust just like everybody else, but we can see in his play that he can dictate the pace of the game, unlock other attacking players, and really control the ball in the center of the field, as well as contribute goals and assists in the final third. However, even though we see the quality, the quantity of minutes is still not there. Gio put in a few good for at least 30 minutes that day. Unfortunately, he didn't, and to me, this is a sign that he is still not rated at Borussia Dortmund and needs to seek a move elsewhere. With the World Cup being roughly 18 months away, Gio can't settle for 20-25 minutes here and there. I think the window for Gio has closed at Dortmund, and he needs to find a move in this January transfer window to reestablish himself as a key member in somebody's starting 11. And I understand that making that move in the January window is oftentimes very hard, but if he maybe takes a step down to a lower level team in a top 5 league, or a league that's just outside the top 5 like the Eredivisie, he can find himself solidified in the middle of the park. He needs a place where he can go and be trusted with the position. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that he shouldn't have to earn his minutes and fight for it, but he needs a place where that role is his to lose. The second name on our list here is Anthony Robinson. And A-Rob has had an absolutely phenomenal first half of the season with Fulham, and the transfer rumors are absolutely flying around him. Big name clubs, top 5, top 4 level clubs in the Premier League are constantly circling this man. And as well they should be. He is putting in great performances. He's got 7 assists from the left back position and consistently puts in strong defensive performances and was going toe-to-toe with the best attackers in the league. I'm really interested in continuing to watch him play because of the form he's in and because of the work rate that he always brings to the pitch. But I'm also very curious and a little bit concerned about what the second half of his season can look like. He has said that he's happy at Fulham, but if the club wants to sell him and move on, he will go. And again, with all of these transfer rumors flying and Liverpool really needing to bolster their left back position, there's a good chance that he sees that, the club sees that payday, and they take it. Just as I said for the Gio Reyna transfer in January, it will not be an easy transfer for A-Rob either. Solidifying yourself in a new team, learning new tactics, and just getting comfortable in a new environment is never easy, especially when you're moving to a top club like Liverpool. That's going to be a tough transition on its own. However, I think that it will also be very difficult because Fulham fits A-Rob and A-Rob fits Fulham. Once you get into those top level clubs, those Champions League contenders like Liverpool, who want to play a little bit more of a technical side of the game, A-Rob struggles a little bit. I love the player. I think he's fantastic. But when the technicality of the game goes up and the spaces get tighter and the combination gets to be a little bit quicker, we see the only real flaws in his game come out. His touch lets him down every now and then, and he's not as effective. So a move to Liverpool, while it may feel prestigious and wonderful and exciting for us USMNT fans, it probably isn't the best move, especially in the January window when he doesn't have a full preseason to get acclimated to the team and the tactics. And now we're going to move on to our third player on the list, Ricardo Pepi. Ricardo Pepi has absolutely taken hold of every opportunity that's been given to him for club and country over the last 6 months. For country, Fuller and Balogun went down injured, Josh Sargent went down injured, and Ricardo Pepi scored goals for Mauricio Pochettino. For his club, he is continuously underrated and sat behind Luuk de Jong at PSV, and he's continuing to score goals. The second half of the season, I'm expecting changes for Pepi. The rumor mill's flying around him too, potential transfers are being thrown out there. However, I would like for him to stay and complete the season at PSV. I think it's going to be great for his confidence. It's going to be great for his overall knowledge of the game, because even though I don't love the fact that he's sitting behind de Jong oftentimes, he's learning a lot from him and he's learning a lot at the club. And I think that that's obvious in his levels of play. So far this season, Ricardo Pepi has 14 goals and 2 assists in 23 matches across all competitions. With only 884 minutes played, that's a goal contribution every 55 minutes. With numbers and production like that, there's no way that PSV can continue to justify limiting his minutes and leaving him on the bench as much as they do. Luuk de Jong is a quality striker, but Ricardo Pepi's production is at an unprecedented rate right now, and they need to get him on the field as much as possible. If they continue to squander his minutes and his potential over the second half of this season, I will be absolutely screaming that it's time for a change come summer. Fourth on our list is Chris Richards, and Richards has had a very inconsistent first half of the season with Crystal Palace. So far, he's only played 706 minutes across 10 matches with Palace. He's had a few injuries, he's had some time away from the team due to the birth of his first child, and congratulations to him, by the way. You should absolutely take some time away for that. However, he's not at a place where the injuries and the inconsistent time gets him right back into the lineup. Unfortunately, there is some good competition across their back three that they play with, and he's going to have to work his way back in. 706 minutes across the first half of the season is not enough for the man that we think is going to be the heir apparent to our center back pairing. I would love to see Chris Richards develop over the second half of this year and come back into the summer with Mark McKenzie looking very strong and very comfortable at the middle of our back line. I think that's very, very possible for Richards to do. He is with a team that is not completely clear of the relegation zone. They're 6 points clear right now. However, a little bit of a relegation battle and a fight for minutes can do loads for a player's maturity. We saw how that battle with Leeds impacted Weston McKennie when he went back to Juventus, and while I think that was a little bit more intense and there was definitely much more going on there, however, this battle for minutes and the battle to stay up in the Premier League as a consistent player with Crystal Palace is going to be a good thing for Chris Richards going forward. I'm hoping that we see him get good minutes in March, and then we see him come back even better and stronger and more comfortable in the summer. The fifth and final player on our list is going to come as a surprise to no one, and that is Christian Pulisic. Christian has had an almost perfect first half of the season for AC Milan, scoring 8 goals and 6 assists in just over 1,400 minutes across 20 matches for Milan. Coming into the year, we weren't quite sure where he was going to be, if he was going to continue on the right wing, play more in the middle, and we've seen him do a bit of both and have a lot of success even there and on the left wing when Rafael Leao needs a break or is subbed off and not performing. Christian has been the heart and soul of this team over the first half, and the only thing holding me back from saying he had a 10 out of 10 first half of the year was the small injury that he picked up late in the first half. Early in December, Christian picked up a knock, and he's missed a couple of games here and there, and Milan has suffered for it. We're going to see what happens when the new coach comes in, and we're not sure how that's going to impact Christian going forward. As I said, he's been very effective on the right wing, the left wing, and at that number 10 position. So we're going to have to wait and see how this new coach is going to use him. The consistency that he's had at Milan has been fantastic. The consistent coaching, the consistent play, it all adds up. During his time at Chelsea, he had a different coach what felt like every 5 to 10 minutes, and you could tell that wore on him. He was consistently trying to adapt to a new coach or a new style. Moving forward, I really want him to just feel settled and locked in, and I think it's incredibly important for that new coach to let him know that his position is safe. he's comfortable, and he is trusted and appreciated in this team. If he has that feeling, the second half of the season can be absolutely massive for him. We can see him approach 20 goals and possibly 30, 35 total goal contributions. I'm very excited to see how far Christian can take this thing at Milan, and I'm just really pumped to see him continue to enjoy his time on the field. All right, you guys, that's my 5 players to watch out for in the second half of the season. Let me know what you think. Should I have prioritized another player? Are you excited for other players? Or are these the 5 that we should be focusing on throughout until we get to our matches in March and into the summer? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time.